Shifting our focus now to the unrest in Colombia, relatively calmer protests are being witnessed in the country. In the 9th consecutive day of protests, Bogota continued with a peaceful candlelight vigil. Posters, candles, chants and music became a part of the protests. This time in Bogota, a group of hundreds of demonstrators, mostly young people, intermittently blocked a major road in the city's north. This in order to encourage stopped vehicles to honk in support. Industry groups have raised a warning of gasoline shortages across the country following these roadblocks. After a week of deadly protests, the government of Colombia has invited the protest leaders to a dialogue. This is a part of an effort to calm the rising tensions in Colombia. The presidential advisor, Ceballos, has stated that the government would meet protest leaders, including the National Strike Committee, on Monday. The National Strike Committee represents various groups including indigenous people, unions, environmentalists and students. Ceballos later wrote on Twitter that Duque and Vice President Lucia Ramirez would also attend the meeting, and protest leaders have said that they would be prepared to hold talks directly with Duque but not with any intermediaries. The Interior Minister of Colombia, Daniel Palacios, has said that various government agencies were collaborating to determine who was responsible for the violence. He added that if there has been any use of excessive force, for them to be held accountable. The country has been marred by violence as thousands of protesters take to the streets of Colombia protesting a now-cancelled tax reform. The protests have since then morphed into broader protests against the government of President Iván Duque. Anti-government protests come at a time of economic despair, fueled by the global health crisis. According to the government human rights ombudsman, 24 people died during the confrontations, 17 of them in the southern department of Cauca. At least 89 people had also been reported missing, and more than 800 people were injured during these protests. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.